Hello, good morning, my Rizvi students of law. Today we are going to start with our video 7, that is from pages 57 to 65, and we are discussing our environmental law topic, that is salient features of Air Pollution Act 1981 with regards to its power, functions and board. This question is also important as far as our exam is concerned, and it will fetch you 12 marks for sure. And as we all are aware that air pollution, water, noise pollution, all these acts are under the umbrella act, that is Environment Protection Act, and our Environmental Protection Act 1986 itself is the outcome of Stockholm Declaration, which was held in 1972, and we are also the signatory of it. And we all are also aware of the fact that Indian Constitution Article 253, I repeat, Indian Constitution Article 253 confers this right upon in a country that we can be the signatory of any such protocol. And of course we are now the signatory of International Stockholm Declaration, and with context to that we have evolved ourselves and our laws from time to time. So let's start with salient features of Air Pollution Act 1981, and in this topic one of the important definition we are going to cover, that is short note on air pollution and air pollutant. Or you might be asked for 2 marks, that is what do you mean by air pollutant. Before I start this formal lecture, let's start with one question. For example, if suppose there is Mr. A एक सिनेमा हॉल में बैठे हैं और बड़ी बेफिक्री से स्मोक करते हुए पाए गए, और जब उन्हें कोई रोकता है कि आप प्लीज़ यहाँ पर स्मोक नहीं करिए, ये पब्लिक प्लेस है, हमें तकलीफ़ हो रही है, तो मिस्टर ए कहते हैं ये मेरी मर्ज़ी है, ये मेरी लाइफ है, मैं इंडियन सिटीज़न हूँ, मुझे आर्टिकल 21 ये राइट देता है कि मैं जो चाहे वो करूँ, ये पब्लिक प्लेस है, यहाँ सबका राज है. तो नाउ यू टेल मी दैट मिस्टर ए, इफ़ ही इज़ क्लेमिंग his fundamental right under Article 21 as a smoker and smoking in public, is that allowed? Or if it is not allowed, then under which norms? Let's see in this video. First, the meaning of air pollution. Unless until we will not be understanding the meaning of air pollution, how we can elaborate and how we can read the laws pertaining to this. So let's see air pollution meaning. In a simple parlance, air pollution means the presence in the atmosphere of any pollutant. That means air pollutants such as any solid, liquid or gaseous substance or form which is present in the atmosphere. I repeat, air pollutant means any solid, liquid, gaseous substance which is present in the atmosphere, but the presence of these substances which shall result into injury, and it shall be injurious, dangerous to the life of humans, living creatures, plants, property and environment. That means कोई भी ऐसा substance या ऐसा कोई भी लिक्विड फॉर्म में, सॉलिड फॉर्म में, गैशियस फॉर्म में कोई भी सब्सटेंस हो जो किसी की हेल्थ के साथ खिलवाड़ करे या प्लांट्स इन्वायरमेंट को नुकसान पहुंचाए, तो वो एयर पोल्यूटेंट कहलाता है. एंड द बेस्ट एग्जांपल इज भोपाल गैस ट्रेजेडी, ओलियम गैस ट्रेजेडी, वेयर इन द एमिशन ऑफ poisonous gas, that is methane isocyanide, that led to such a devastating deaths in Bhopal, which occurred in Bhopal in 1984. And after that we also we became more vigilant enough to stop this, and the term the coin term absolute liability got emerged thereafter. So that's why we can say Air Pollution Act is very, very important in terms of exam, and as well as this is the matter of concern globally. So in India, the cities like Delhi is one of the most prominent city, which is also known as the highest pollutant city of the country. So let's see these main functions and powers of, or the purpose of air pollution is, the main purpose and power of air pollution is to set up boards in the context of central as well as state boards time to time. So this is the most important function and the scope of this Air Pollution Act 1981 is, that is to improve the environment and at the same time to prevent, control and abate air pollution. That means this is the fundamental aspect of this act of air pollution, and that shall be the powers conferred upon the board to take care of environment, that is to improve the quality of air, to take every measure so as to improve the quality of air, and to prevent, control and abate air pollution. That means whosoever is polluting the environment shall be responsible, shall pay heavily for this, and we at the same time we have to stop the further danger of this. So let's see the functions and boards of state board, and I have written this answer in a coin format that is called mnemonics. In English it is called mnemonics. That means अगर आपको बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स एक साथ याद करने हैं और एट द सेम टाइम आपको सीक्वेंस भी समझना है और सीक्वेंस भी आप डिस्टर्ब नहीं कर सकते हो, so this idea works very well. That is called coding, or we can say mnemonics. So I have given this mnemonics in regard to study functions and powers of state board. I have given this mnemonics, that is AP, CP, OC, LIC, A. I repeat, I have given this 10 points, that is as the powers of state board in order to improve the quality of air, in order to prevent, control and abate air pollution. So I have given this powers, these 10 powers as this mnemonics so as to read it and to learn it easily. That is AP, CP, OC, AP, CP, OC, LICA. So let's see A. A stands for to advise. So this is the state government and central government's duty to take up the advisory boards on day-to-day basis, and at the same time to have some plans as how they can instruct such violating norms which had been done by such defaulters like factories, industries or individuals who are contributing in the pollution. So how to curb that situation. So to stop them, they have the advisory panel, and then they have plan and cause nationwide program. That means this is the duty of state board to carry out nationwide programs, मतलब सेंसिटाइज करने के लिए पब्लिक को कि आपको इस तरह से एयर पोल्यूशन में कंट्रीब्यूशन नहीं करना है, जहाँ तक मुनासिब हो आप पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट का इस्तेमाल करिए, ज़्यादा व्हीकल्स का भी इस्तेमाल करना एयर पोल्यूशन को बढ़ाता है. देन वी सी कोऑर्डिनेट, दैट मीन दिस इज द स्टेट बोर्ड्स ड्यूटी टू कोऑर्डिनेट विथ central government, at the same time with the state government from time to time. If suppose one city is incapable of tackling the situation, one other city or other state will definitely help them by providing them technical financial assistance as such. And then P means to provide technical assistance. That means if suppose they want to have better quality products so as to curb the this environment problems, like to install chimneys or to give technical guidance to small industries, the state board has every right to give all such technical assistance from time to time. And then to organize awareness programs. That means NGOs और जो भी CSR एक्टिविटीज़ करती है, जो भी कंपनीज लाइक कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कंपनी जो भी निभाती है सोसाइटी के कंट्रीब्यूशन के लिए, अपलिफ्टमेंट के लिए, उन्हें सब्सिडी दी जाए. तो स्टेट बोर्ड फ्रॉम टाइम टू टाइम ऑर्गेनाइजेज सच अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम्स, एंड देन दिस इज़ द ड्यूटी which had been given under state board to the authorities to collect, compile, publish statistical data. So statistical data are the data, the reports which had been given by every state to the nation, that is to the pollution department which is situated at central level, so as to have further course of action. So have to set up the further course of action. हर एक सिटी का इवेल्युएशन अनिवार्य है. एंड देन दिस इज़ द ड्यूटी एंड द पावर विच हैज़ बीन कन्फर्ड अपॉन द बोर्ड्स टू स्टैब्लिश लेबोरेटरीज. सो लेबोरेटरीज आर ए वेरी इसेंशियल पार्ट. जैसे यमुना नदी है, वहाँ पर आपने देखा वाटर पोल्यूशन की प्रॉब्लम बहुत ज़्यादा थी. इन आर लेक्चर सीरीज वी विल सी वाटर पोल्यूशन एक्ट एंड वेरी फेमस केस ऑफ आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग इंस्टीट्यूशन. एंड this is the setup of laboratory which will easily help the state concerned to set up certain norms, strict rules, and to declare certain areas as air polluting areas. So to declare air pollutant area is also very much important. So for this laboratory works nicely. And then essentially this is the duty and right of every concerned authority to inspect such air polluting areas. That means the area which are very high sensitive areas wherein the air pollution is quite prominent. That is like highway areas और जहाँ चिमनीज और फैक्ट्रीज नहीं होती हैं, चिमनीज से जहाँ पर बहुत ज़्यादा एमिशन होता है कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का, और वहाँ सेफ्टी नॉर्म्स भी अवॉइड करती है ऐसी कंपनीज. सो वहाँ पर हेल्थ सेफ्टी मेजर्स को ध्यान में रखते हुए ऐसी एरिया को हाईली सेंसिटिव एरिया डिक्लेयर करना भी स्टेट बोर्ड की जिम्मेदारी बनती है. देन दिस इज़ द कोलैबोरेशन ऑफ स्टेट गवर्नमेंट एंड टू कैरी आउट trainings from time to time. So that means their managers, their officers, authorities will be well equipped with the latest norms which are essentially required to assess the quality of air. So even this state board conducts their training session for their employees so as to make them more capable and well equipped with the in order to combat with air pollution problem and to make certain strategies regarding that. So class, as far as this salient features of Air Pollution Act 1981 is concerned, this question will surely come for 12 marks, but this question can be asked in two ways. That means the powers of board for 12 marks, or what are the further functions which have been elaborated under salient features of Air Pollution Act. So that because of this reason I have made this topic into two segments. So in my lecture video number 8 I will continue with this same topic again. So in nutshell, the last conclusion we can say is that the Central Board Air Act is enacted in order to improve the quality of air. Secondly, to prevent, control and abet air pollution. एंड जैसे मैंने आपको एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि अगर कोई पब्लिक में सिगरेट पी रहा है और वो कहे कि मैं तो खुद स्मोक कर रहा हूँ, ये मेरी लाइफ है, मेरी मर्ज़ी है, आर्टिकल 21 मुझे ये राइट देता है, तो इसका आंसर होगा कि नो, बिकॉज इफ़ सपोज दैट पर्सन इज स्मोकिंग इन पब्लिक, वी ऑल आर द विक्टिम्स, द पीपल अराउंड हिम will become passive smokers. And Indian Article 21 also says that you have the right to have healthy and wholesome environment. So of course whatever thing he has said shall not be tolerated, and of course you can take action against such person as to in the terms of that he is creating public nuisance, but at the same time this action to be reported under this air pollution, because air pollution, this is also one of the type of air pollution, because in the famous case of Murli Devra versus Union of India, it was held by the Supreme Court that if suppose someone is smoking in public and others are becoming passive smokers, that person shall be held responsible under this act. And in Ma Santoshi Stone Crusher versus State of Odisha, that was the air pollution control area. It means this, in this case, landmark judgment, Supreme Court held that the state government also has the right to declare air pollutant control areas from time to time. So that is the end of the lecture. That means video 7 pages 57 to 65. And this is the most important topic we have covered today, that is salient features of Air Pollution Act 1981. My humble request to my all students is that since so far we have covered 65 pages, then it's an ardent request to all my students that please note it down in your notebook. If you are reading just from your mobile, it shall not suffice the purpose, and of course you have to appear in exam in writing. That's all for the day. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Have a nice time.